The topic for the today's webinar is blockchain technology, the powerhouse of Industry 4.0.
I have this question for you. What do you mean by learning public speaking skills? Does this mean that we have to learn body language and vocal variety so we can deliver a content?
मैम अपना YouTube बंद करिए ना.
हाँ ये एक मिनट. Okay. Today we have with us. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Today we have with us learned speaker Dr. CA Paritosh Basu. He is chartered accountant as well as cost accountant. He is full-time senior professor and chairperson of MBA Law of NMIMS University School of Business Management. I thank you, CA Dr. Paritosh Basu, for accepting our invitation, for sharing his experience and knowledge to our study circle. I also thank you, CA Chintan Shah, for coordinating and getting the learned speaker. I now request CA Bhavesh Shah to introduce the speaker.
Thank you. Thank you, conveyors, madam. Dr. Paritosh Basu is scholarly academic with a background of 34 years in corporate experience, mainly in finance, strategic planning, IT-enabled functions. His last two corporate positions with the MNCs in India were Global Group Control and CFO. He is engaged in several research and consulting activities. His current areas of research is professional skepticism, Industry 4.0, digital transformation, blockchain, and artificial intelligence. He is a fellow member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants and awarded as a life member for Computer Society of India. He was awarded PhD degree by the Calcutta University in 1999. He has, Dr. Basu is a digital analyst. He is presently engaged in some of these startups as a senior advisor and helping them to develop the solutions for digital transformation of his business. He is a chair for World Blockchain and AI Summit held in Moscow, Dubai, and India. He's delivered an arguable keynote speeches of those events and leads a panel discussion. He has authored 3 papers on blockchain amongst many of his research papers and presentations in national and international events. Presently, he is contributing a paper every month on digital transformation in the Management Account Journal of ICWA. The 13th paper of the September 2020 titled Digital Transformation of a Health Service Recent Initiative and Advancement is available on the website innovations.com. 13th monthly column on digital transformation and health services, recent activities and advancements. Dr. Basu is an avid management trainer, mentor and researcher. He is providing consultancy services in the areas of strategic corporate transformation and restructuring, digital transformation, risk and governance management. His experience in MNC spans over a wide spectrum on following major functional areas across the constraints and countries: the corporate finance, treasury, strategic planning, accounting, reporting under GAAP and IFRS, risk and control, enable performance management, due diligence, government management, audit, etc. M&A restructuring, IPO with listing of overseas and domestic stock exchanges, FCCBs, and other overseas loans and market transactions. Extensive IT-enabled and digital transformation of operations with multiple systems integration, establishment of a paperless shared service center, etc. Dr. Basu participates as a member of Board of Directors of a Committee of Chambers of Commerce, Advisory Board of Startups, Board of Studies of UG and PG programs of academic institutions, etc. One can know more about him with his LinkedIn profile as well as personal website at www.innovationsunist.com. And with this brief introduction, I will welcome Dr. Paritosh Basu to start his presentations and guide us regarding the blockchain. Over to Mr. Basu.
Thank you, CA Bhavesh Shah. It is indeed my proud privilege and pleasure to be amongst such a galaxy of chartered accountants. And I feel whenever I come to this kind of a meeting, I feel I have come to my home. Back in 1975, I started my CA studies. And I have, from 1975 till today, I am associated with the learning of accounting and finance. And from 1994, I started gathering interest in the area of IT, that means information technology. And thereafter, I got into digital transformation as a subject. And presently, I keep writing. I keep writing on many areas of digital transformation. You might have got, I do not know whether CA Madam Mehta has shared with you my papers, which I have already shared as a reading
I will
material.
share at the end of the session, actually.
Okay, fine. So this is my presentation, madam. This is Industry 4.0, and let me start with the permission of all of you. I have used quite a lot of graphics and quite a lot of information from cyberspace, which are freely available. I acknowledge the contribution of those research scholars who have helped us to build this knowledge paper. And I am not using any one of these for my personal business purposes. Let me start with the simple point that in 1780, when mechanization first came, when human labor and animal labor was replaced by power of water and steam, that we called first industrial revolution. And then came the second industrial revolution about 90 years after, when in 1870, the electrical power was invented and it replaced the power of steam and water. It took about another 100 years to come to 1970, when we got the benefit of computers and industrial automation started. That was Industry 3.0. That was Industry 3.0. And then came Industry 4.0, which is today. And as of now, it started somewhere around late 1990s, when the first use of digital technology started. In between, we had another mid-course industrial revolution we called globalization. But come what may, what is important and what is emerging is this message that what has brought us here will not take us there. It does mean that we have to also transform ourselves with business knowledge. Let me take you to this small graph. If our business insight is high, but if our business insight is high, but our technological insight or financial efficiency is low, then we are considered as a scorekeeper or a centralized constrained advisor. Essentially, we have to have very high financial efficiency and also a very high business insight. If these two happens together, we will be considered as a value aggregator. And the work financial efficiency now today also includes our digital efficiency, because most of the work which we'll be performing in this real life will be definitely through digital platform. So I'm grateful to the JB Nagar CP Study Circle, and they have considered that point of mine, which I say here, our realizations of tomorrow are limited by our questions of today. And that because all the JB Nagar Study Circle chartered accountants have a question about blockchain technology. That is why we are all meeting here to know what is blockchain technology. Let me tell you how the world is going to emerge very soon in this world. It's an ascension analysis, it's a research. It says that by 2030, we'll be having 8.5 billion population, 1 billion will be added. 2/3 of the world population will living in urban areas. We have to have extreme transparency in whatever we do. We cannot live with a hush-hush world. The climate crisis will not leave even richest of the rich countries. You know, 30 million hectares are burning in west of America, and millions of animals, wild animals have been burned in Australia. So climate crisis is going to be a very important problem. Resource pressure will be such that even the bounty of nature, that is breathable air and drinkable water, will not be available very soon. Clean technology is no longer that you cannot emit carbon, but the clean technology will be soon such that you have to bring down carbon from the atmosphere, otherwise world will not survive. Technology shift will take place in such a manner by 2030, each one of us will be definitely under the direct influence of about 5 Internet of Things. Your handphone which you use is one of those Internet of Things, and the broadband facility which you use is one of those Internet of Things. And we'll be under the influence of 25 Internet of Things. My October paper, which I've written on digital transformation, it talks about this Internet of Things, this technology shift for manufacturing business, for smart factory. The global policies are going to be such that it will talk about anything and everything which you do will be questioned. So there has to be a global policy like international aviation law, which is followed by 195 countries without a comma and a full stop being changed. And right or wrong, radicalism and nationalism will increase. As we know, those countries which taught us globalization, they are themselves getting into protectionism, and pandemics will continue to increase. So you have seen that up to point number 7, I have given a star marks, and these star marks indicate that blockchain technology either can deal with these problems or can mitigate the issues or risks that will emanate from these problems going forward in the world. There are umpteen number of use cases have been established in blockchain, but there is a wrong perception amongst the common people that blockchain is cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency is blockchain. I'm sure by the evening 6 o'clock, when we finish this webinar, you will be convinced that blockchain is not equal to cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency is not equal to blockchain. Cryptocurrency is just one of the use cases or one of the first uses of blockchain technology. Right or wrong, whether you want or not, digital transformation has been started in this world. And the center of digital transformations are 3 factors. One is people, second is process, and third is tools. And this process and these tools will will touch the core of our business functions across all hierarchies. This will touch us across all hierarchies, and we will have to deal with it. We'll have to live with it. Digital transformation has not only touched our life, it also touched our business, because every organizations are in some way or the other in limited or unlimited capacity or unlimited level is definitely touching digital technology and adopting digital technology. But a recent study by LinkedIn has shown that in countries like Singapore, China, Japan, Taiwan, South Korea, Hong Kong, Vietnam, blockchain has emerged as one of the most fastest growing skill demanding area. So that is the subject matter of our discussion, because according to me, blockchain is at the moment a little slow started, but it will soon prove to be a powerhouse of industrial technology 4.0, and thereafter it will transform itself to a foundational technology which will be able to transform the societal foundation and economic foundation of any country, including richest of the rich and poorest of the poor countries. Here is a very interesting guidance from OECD. So I will request my professional colleagues to spend some thought on this. This particular guidance which have been given by OECD talks about 3 pillars of digital transformation. One is good governance, second is efficiency, and third is effectiveness. Now, if you meet good governance with efficiency, you get reliability, participation, citizens' drive, and public value. If you meet efficiency with effectiveness, you get empowerment, you get evidence, demand management, and personalization. And if you meet effectiveness with good governance, you get openness, transparency, accountability, and autonomy. Now, these 12 elements or 12 attributes or 12 qualities which OECD has suggested. OECD is Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, which has suggested for its member countries to follow. If I can tell you, and if I have your permission to tell you, before I present this paper, you will find that blockchain can comply with all the OECD guidelines and can achieve all the 12 attributes of good management for the ultimate benefit of humanity, to bring in inclusive smile across people, across the societal strata of the world. So blockchain technology is going to be not only the powerhouse of Industry 4.0, but is going to be the foundational technology of the world very soon. You can say we have not heard about many much applications, but as I go ahead with my presentation, you will find that things are changing. Now, there are 7 layers of digital transformation. ERP is essentially not digital transformation, honestly speaking. ERP or Enterprise Resource Planning or SAP or Oracle Financials, etc., which we have used up till say SAP 6.0, those are accounting and operation control systems. Of course, it had a lot of capabilities which digital transformation system requires, or it has some of the capabilities of digital transformation tools, but essentially these are data creation and data handling capabilities. But as you know, this particular slide which is being shown to you, it talks about 7 layers of data management: data aggregation, data management, data workflow, data process component, data platform interface integration, end-to-end processing, and front-end software. These are the 7 layers of data management. And let me tell you, blockchain technology can definitely handle all these 7 layers of digital transformation. And not only that, if you read my paper on Kishan blockchain platform or blockchain for healthcare, you will find that 6 major digital technologies can be infused and integrated with blockchain transformation system, so that from one platform with integration of many other digital tools, you can deliver all the benefits of digital transformation. This is a very interesting slide. As a chartered accountant, you will be knowing also that any technology, may be operation technology, that means manufacturing technology, and digital technology, whatever it can be divided into two groups. One is the business impact group, one is the transformational group. Now, business impact groups are those which helps to improve your operations and improve value addition. Somewhere in 2016, blockchain came somewhere end of 1990s. Somewhere in 2016, when blockchain started getting a lot of use case proofs, and of course the use case proofs started somewhere in 2008, 2012. It got quite a bit of momentum. It was being considered that blockchain is a high impact creating technology. It does mean that if you use blockchain, you will be considerably improving your speed and quality of work and able to save a lot of money. That was perhaps the idea about blockchain technology. It was not being considered still as a transformational technology like 3D printing, drones, automated vehicles, smart machines, advanced robotics, brain-machine interface. This was not considered. Originally, these were not considered that way. So these are not being considered. Blockchain was not being considered as a transformation. But my strong belief, if my research is such, that my strong belief that blockchain will not only move from high impact creating technology, but also it will cut its own niche, which will be considered as a foundational technology. Blockchain will become a foundational technology. That means it will not only transform, but it will change the foundation of economics and society of a country. That is my idea. This slide brings to you all the 8 major technologies which are there today in digital era. There being blockchain, drones, Internet of Things, robots, 3D printing, virtual reality, augmented reality, and artificial intelligence. Now you will find, of course, Internet of Things has now come Internet of Bodies also. If you read my healthcare paper, you will find I have extensively written about Internet of Body. And artificial intelligence also I have written in some of my earlier papers. Now look at these stars. The blue stars indicate that technologies that can be simultaneously applied. It does mean that blockchain as a technology can be simultaneously applied with drone, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, 3D printing, and robots. And robots. In fact, in my paper on Kishan Vikas blockchain, I have done an integration of these all technologies where I have called it Kishan Vikas blockchain platform. But I have also shown the applications of these technologies, which I have tick marked here, and shown that controlling of all these digital applications can be done through blockchain technology. Friends, you must have heard about edge computing. You know, if you introduce edge computing, that means computing at the stage where you are collecting the information, which is called edge computing broadly, then you will be able to reduce the load on your cloud computing requirement. Now, given that kind of a situation, the blockchain again can have the benefit of introducing edge computing at the technology ends for these right-click technologies, and it can control these applications at its own end. So blockchain is a very interesting technology so far as I am concerned, and I'm sure you'll be convinced as I go forward. Very interesting statement here. The statement here, it is being said that, and I'm borrowing from Bhagavad Gita, which is my guiding book from Indian mythology, Bhagavad Gita says, and I quote, "We are born into the world of nature. Our second birth is into the world of spirit. But he who with strong body serving mind gives us his power to worthy work." It does mean that digital transformation as a subject, or digital transformation as a task and responsibility, cannot be done and completed by might of your body. What you need is power of mind. What you need is power of mind, and what you need is a lot of imagination and determination. That's why Albert Einstein also said that the true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. So friends, today, if you feel that as a chartered accountant, as much knowledge I gather, that much powerful I become, but the situation is changing. You become a value aggregator. You can become a value aggregator if your power of imagination improves. And your power of imagination can improve only and only when you start thinking. So technology application needs a lot of thinking. This is another very interesting finding from Deloitte University. Deloitte University says that, and it's a little aged data, that only 10% of whatever data we generate, only 10% of the data we used to generate in 2013, now 10 times of that will be generated now. That means whatever data we generate now, 44 zettabyte, 1 zettabyte is equal to 1 billion terabyte. That is 1 zettabyte is equal to 1 billion terabyte. So the digital world is growing and it will continue to grow. But the biggest challenge is, even by 2020, means around the time when we are leaving, their prediction was only 37% of the data would be analyzable. Analyzable data means a data which can be brought into a digital system and can be analyzed. Rest of the data cannot be analyzed. So the challenge in front of blockchain technologies is how to make stored data into analyzable, and that is possible. That is possible because blockchain technology is thinking of controlling Internet of Things. The moment you control Internet of Things, your mobile devices will be coming under the analyzable category because 27% of the data you will generate in future will come from is only predictable to be analyzable. So the most important thing one has to understand that it is generation of data is not only important, analysis of data is also important. So any digital transformation system that you create, it has to have capacity to analyze. You can keep noting down your questions. I can answer towards the end. Now this particular slide is very important for our chartered accountants. I'm sure up to this, they must be auditing in today's environment. Let us think of banks in 1970s or 1980s or 1990s. Assume that each node is a, these are branches, these circles are branches. Now, these circles used to deposit on their data, do their computing in their own branch computers, and they had only connectivity with the bank's central server, and those servers used to deposit the days end trial balance or month end trial balance, whatever. They were not doing online processing of transaction, which was visible to their central bank. They were doing some limited applications which are needed for their central office to process. Then came the change. Centralized system came the change to decentralized system. Now, these are perhaps the state-based servers where every single branch of the state is connected to a central server of the state, and that state server is now connected to the central server of the bank. So it is a decentralized system still, that all the nodes are not connected with all the nodes. One of the most important requirement of blockchain technology under mesh group is that all the nodes, all the computers which are working in a blockchain platform has to be connected with all the nodes. So this is called distributed technology. So we transform the computing system of ERP from centralized ERP to decentralized ERP. Up to that, up to this stage, it is ERP. After this, it becomes distributed blockchain. Banks are still not working on distributed platform, except which I was talking to some of the private sector top banks because we are doing a research on digital transformation of Indian banks. We came to know a few of their platforms are working on blockchain technology, which is called trade finance. So trade finance, they are working on blockchain technology, which is a completely distributed. How this looks like? This looks like this. This looks like this. Here, assume that there are only 5 people working, and you can see from the sign of these arrows, I'm talking about this picture, you can see from the sign of the arrows that each computer is connected with each computer. That is the beauty of blockchain technology. I'm on the technical part of blockchain now. Each computer is connected with each computer. That means, suppose a transaction has been done by A and B, this transaction not only will be recorded in A's and B's computer, but it will also populate the computers of C, D, and E. That means any transaction done by anybody in a blockchain platform will be known to anybody and everybody. How it is known? In a blockchain, in today's banking system or any system, our identity is our phone number, or is our account code number, or is our mail ID. We are more known by our phone number and mail ID than our name. In fact, my father gave me a name, Paritosh Chandra Basu, because Chandra is our family name. But courtesy digital technologies, my middle name went out because digital technology does not recognize the middle name. So still today I am recognized by Paritosh Chandra Basu, but I'm more recognized by my mail ID and my phone number, because logging into anything, I need my phone number or this thing, the mail ID. But in blockchain technology, none of these are required. In a blockchain technology, you will be doing a KYC of yourself, or KYP call it. In blockchain technology, it is called KYP, know your participant. But this participant, who is a participant in a blockchain technology, suppose this is a healthcare technology, an insurer need not at all know or even have a picture on name or mail ID or phone number of a person whom he is insuring. Because in a blockchain technology, you will be using 2 keys. One is your private key and one is your public key. When you are logging into any of these computers, you will log in with your private key, which is generated by you. When the transaction gets posted into the blockchain distributed ledger, it will be converted to a public key, algorithmic conversion, and nobody will be able to know who are you. In a healthcare system, only hospital, physician and surgeon and pathologist will be coming in physical contact with a patient. They don't even need to know what is his name. They don't even need to know what is his phone number and mail ID, because in their system, that person will appear with a public key, which is nothing but a 20-25 digit coded number. Okay, so blockchain technology operates with a dual key system, and it operates with a distributed ledger system. As you can see, this is the distributed ledger. Any transaction happening in any of the computers, it will be updating in other computers also. So there is no centralized supervision required in blockchain. If you see here, in this kind of technologies, you have a centralized supervision here on your ledger. But in blockchain technology, there is no centralized supervision here. No centralized supervision, because at the center, there is no node. Now, how the transaction happens here? The transaction happens, suppose this is the starting point. So this gentleman will be having a public key. He will generate certain transaction which will go to the concerned party as a data. This concerned person will enter into system with his key and get in and do his transaction, which will get to the next concerned party as a data. And he will know who has sent this data to him as a pointer, which is his key. And this way the process will go on. This process is called popularly Merkle root. Let me not get into that technology part, because this is quite critical. I also don't even know this area much, because I am not a coder at all. So conceptually, at this stage, let me tell you, friends, that I have invented a particular software for conversion of any accounts. I am talking about annual accounts and report and accounts, from any gap of the world to any gap of the world. Like I have Indian gap to IFRS, IFRS to Indian gap, US gap to IFRS, IFRS to US gap. And if you search DR means doctor, Paritosh, Basu, and say patent after that, you will be able to find one of my own self-created engine, along with two of my co-inventors, was pending for registration with USA, and it was populated in the USA patent registration site. So that's how I am connected with technology. What happens within the black box, I do not know, but I know the conceptual understanding and how it happens within the blockchain. But how the codes are written, I will not be able to explain you, because that is not my domain. So this is how the blockchain technology works. It works with the distributed ledger technology. That's why blockchain is also called DLT, distributed ledger technology. And the network for blockchain is called P2P network, people to people network. It's a dual key mechanism, cryptographically enabled, without any central supervision, and it operates with a hashing of block system. This is what essentially the technicalities of a blockchain technology. Let me tell you why blockchain technology is called immutable. But before that, let me explain to you the famous Bitcoin configuration, how Bitcoin works. This is a PwC slide. In Bitcoin, as you know, when Bitcoin was invented or started in a blockchain technology, there used to be people called miners. Some people have been given right to approve transaction. Earlier, it used to be 50% of the miners have to give consent to a transaction. What is meant by a consent? Suppose you here, A, wants to buy some Bitcoin from, so gets in open source big blockchain for Bitcoin, and for that matter, Ethereum or any other cryptocurrency. He says that I want to buy. So his public key will be visible in the system, and this will be announced to the whole world of the participants. Miners also will come to know. So as per the rule, as per the Bitcoin rule or the platform's rule, a certain percentage of the miners who can mine the transaction will say that, okay, A wants to buy 10 units of Bitcoin, whether B is an authorized holder of those Bitcoins. Once B says, yes, I want to sell, so A and B has consented as per the contract embedded in the Bitcoin system. These miners will give a consent. Yes, they can go ahead. The moment they gives the consent, it becomes a transaction and gets added to the block of transactions. This is the way it functions. I have explained to you in a very simplistic manner, but that is exactly the way it functions. A transaction is announced by and between two parties, and as per the contractual agreement, which is called a smart contract embedded in the blockchain technology. I'll cover smart contract very soon with you. And then it is consented by people, and then it is by minors. And here in our healthcare, it will be consented by the insurance company for insurance contract, and then it will go into the system. A blockchain technology cannot be changed by any malafide intention player, because in blockchain, suppose this gentleman is trying to do some fraud with this particular transaction. If he has to do the fraud with this transaction, he has to not only change this block, he has to change all these blocks, because once this is the current transaction which are processed by normal players in the system. These people are doing the transaction, and all the players in the system are having information about the transaction. So if somebody wants to hack this transaction, all the players who are participating in this blockchain, all their systems have to be hacked. Otherwise, it is not possible. Let me give you an example. In UK, a hospital's database was hacked. So one fine morning, the entire UK hospital came to standstill. No operation can be conducted, no new medicine can be given to a party, because all the computerized reports and prescriptions were shown as blank, because somebody has hacked the database. Now, unless and until you give the ransom of say 10 million pounds or 5 million pounds, those hackers will not release the database. That means if they only hack the central server of that UK hospital, they can take the entire system into ransom. But in a blockchain technology, that is not possible, because in blockchain technology, all the data are available in all the databases of all the participants. How many databases you will hack? And of course, you have to hack simultaneously all the databases. The God has also not perhaps created that computer which can hack all the databases. Incidentally, this slide has been taken from a paper published by the Institute of Chartered Accountants on technology. Okay, so let me, Madam Mehta, Madam Mehta, Madam Mehta, Madam Seema Mehta, is there any need? Is there any need for giving any gap, or I can continue? Participants, if they want, they can have their phone or bio break or something.
Sir, you can continue.
Okay. Thank you. So look at this slide. What is essentially a future-ready solution? What is essentially a future-ready solution? A future-ready solution will look like this. Now I'm trying to prove how blockchain technology is going to be a future-ready technology. A future-ready technology is going to look like this. It has to use people. You remember, of course, you don't forget that OECD guidelines. It has to gather ideas, behavior of people, of behavior of connected minds. That is, here in this kit could be customer, could be your patients, could be farmers if it is a Christian blockchain platform. This has to be power of minds. That means what people want. Internet of data, all the data which are getting generated are to be collected and analyzed. And finally, you cannot set, suppose in a paddy field, the color of the paddy leaves, have become little yellowish. A farmer who is farming hundreds of hectares, let's assume that a farmer is 10 hectares paddy, it is not possible for him to run around the 10 hectares and find where the paddy field has become yellowish. So what he can do, he can run a drone, and drone here will be treated as an Internet of Things. The drone will take a video picture of his entire paddy field with a GPS positioning of each location, and provide data into the blockchain system or Kishan blockchain, and the farmer will look into this and see that the southwest corner, about 1 acre area, has got some attack of some insecticide. That's why it lives and become yellow, and those are to be given insecticide. That is, some treatment has to be done. In case of business, what you need, that is, I was talking about farmer blockchain. So all these 4 things you need a business to establish trust, win-win for all your stakeholders, establish the value experience, simplicity and ease of application, and sustain with what you do. And all these things can be done if you have a business, if you have a customer, if you have a product, if you have a orchestrated, collaborated teamwork, you promote your ideas and products, you develop further by gaining experience from the market, you control your business through a control system, and finally you analyze your performance. All this essentially gives you the strategies. These fundamental requirements of conducting a business operations with the help of the business ecosystem of people, idea, data, and things, blockchain technology can support this entire requirement. That is my thought. Now look at how the world has thought through about blockchain technology. This is a Capgemini research paper produced in 2018. Of course, I'll share with you the 2020 research paper also very soon. And 447 organizations were studied. Friends, chartered accountants, this is a very important slide for you to understand why blockchain technology, why we should adopt blockchain technology. Guys who are adopting blockchain technologies, or industrial organizations who are adopting blockchain technology, what are they looking from this technology? So this is the cycle of blockchain technology. 2011 to 2018, it was the period of awareness. And of course, we are 2 years delayed. We are creating awareness in 2020. Experimentation, people started working with blockchain technology in a bigger way. I'm talking about commercial purpose, somewhere between 2017 to 2020. I'm leaving those organizations which are exceptional organizations like IBM or Bitcoin itself. And 2019 to 25 is the period of transformation of business with blockchain technology. Now let's look at, let's have this journey. Let's have this journey. Now these people who have been surveyed, they say 89% says that if I adopt blockchain, I'll be having cost saving. 81% says that if I adopt blockchain, I'll be able to trace your product. It does mean that suppose sitting in a town of Los Angeles, you are drinking, or someone is drinking a Sula wine, which is produced near Nagpur, Sula vineyard. Now in the bottle, there will be a tracing code, and the tracing code, if you trace with your smartphone, you will be able to know that this particular wine was produced by This particular wine was produced by Sula, and the grapes used for this wine was produced by a farmer who used to farm in this GPS position of land in India. So, Government of Canada is using blockchain technology for stopping marijuana or hash smuggling. That means every single product can be traced with the help of blockchain technology. 79% says that blockchain will give me transparency, because everybody will come to know what transaction is happening in blockchain technology. 57% says my revenue will improve if I adopt blockchain technology. 50% says my risk will reduce if I use blockchain technology. 44% says that I'll be able to create new business, because you will soon see a particular statistics from me that which has been studied by Deloitte, that some people are saying that either our vendor or our customer or other ecosystems have transformed themselves to blockchain technology. That's why I will be also required to transform myself to blockchain technology. And 38% people say that if I have to become customer centric, then I have to become blockchain player. How many types of blockchains are there? Okay, let us finish that statistics part first. Then we'll come to, I'm sorry. 1 minute, give me a few minutes. Let me finish this particular slide first before we get into something else. See, in this slide, this is a Deloitte data. Deloitte conducted a study in 2020, 2019, and 2018. 2018, their study was 1,053 organizations, and 2020, they have studied 1,488 organizations. Now 2020 data I will explain to you, and you can see the graph movement. 55% of the organization says that blockchain is critical for their strategic priorities, and 27% says that important but not in their top 5 of the agenda. That means 55% says it is critical and 27% says it is important. So if you add 55 and 27, 82% of the people says that blockchain is either critical or it is important. And 14% more, additional 14% says that this is relevant and important. Only 6% have said that they have not concluded, they have not either concluded or they have not done anything about it. So point I'm trying to say that blockchain technology is assuming importance. Now there are certain doubts about blockchain technology, which Deloitte tried to ensure through this survey. There is one doubt about blockchain technology, whether blockchain is scalable, because it is a peer-to-peer network. So such a gigantic network, can it be scaled up as the business scales up? 88% feels that it can be scaled up. 86% feels that there is a business case for it. And 85% says they have a plan to replace their operational systems. Let me tell you, friends, here, it's very important here, perhaps it is coming into your mind, that is blockchain an accounting platform, or is blockchain an operational platform, or is blockchain a transactional platform? Let me tell you, blockchain is a predominantly transactional platform. Here you can do, suppose your plant needs maintenance, and through an Internet of Things which is embedded to a machine, it says that your such and such machine needs maintenance. Let me give you a very interesting story. The aircraft in which you fly from, say, Mumbai to Gujarat or Mumbai, that aircraft engine has got a couple of IoTs, Internet of Things. This IoT has got a lot of sensors and a lot of information emitting systems through satellite communication. Now, the health of the engine is being sensed by this particular IoT, and this IoT is telling the engineers of the next landing aircraft that this particular part of this particular aircraft is not operating well. Before giving clearance for the next flight of this aircraft, please check. So the engineers will check, and this particular information will also go to the manufacturer of the aircraft, say Boeing or Airbus. They will also monitor the quality of the aircraft they have manufactured and delivered to a particular customer. So if it is not a commercial transaction, it doesn't involve any payment or any liability or any cash. It's a maintenance transaction. So blockchain is a transactional system for anything and everything, for any function. Is blockchain then good for accounting? Answer is yes. Wherever you are assuming any liability, or wherever you are doing a cash transaction or cryptographic cryptocurrency transaction, wherever you are being delivered a goods or wherever you are being delivered a service, blockchain technology will create a feed which will automatically populate which can automatically populate a particular table of your SAP or Oracle Financial or any other ERP system. Once you allow that, you can automate that field, table also, that it will automatically not only populate the table but also your accounting system. Or like you can say that let the table be populated, let me review it and pass it on. So transactions are getting every time populated by what is happening in the blockchain transaction. 83% says that my organization or project will lose competitive advantage if I do not adopt blockchain. So what I'm trying to say here, that blockchain technology in the mainly in the Western world, among 1448 people, this is the mindset and this is the reality position of blockchain technology. So blockchain technology is of three types. One is public blockchain and private blockchain. Public blockchain, you don't need any permission. You have to do a simple KYC. And private blockchain is, of course, you need permission. Private blockchains are operated by private parties. Like IBM has a supply chain blockchain or an Exim blockchain. Say ICICI Bank, I believe, have started a trade finance blockchain. You can have your own within enterprise blockchain. I believe Konkan Railway has introduced a blockchain for document management. You have seen malls, go to malls, and various businesses are done in malls. Some are selling wearing apparel, some are selling shoes, some are selling household goods, some are selling say linens. Anything and everything are being sold. So it's a bazaar. So blockchain is now being developed as a bazaar, which is called blockchain as a service platform. These service providers creates a blockchain environment in which, suppose you are a guy who is trying to sell music with protection of the music creators and the lyric writers and singers. You go to that bazaar, put your blockchain platform. You have to just customize that blockchain platform, put your smart contract and start operations. So blockchain as a service has come up in a big way. So you need not, as an organization, invent blockchain platform. Blockchain platforms are lying ready. Only you come with your business rules, your contracts, and your customized requirement, you can start operating a blockchain. So this is called blockchain as a service. This is a very interesting slide. It has been developed by Ant Grasso. Those of you who are in Twitter and LinkedIn, they can follow me. I have more than 15,000 followers in LinkedIn and about 1,350 plus followers in Twitter. I generally don't tweet anything on politics and religion. I only tweet on human behavior in terms of human thinking, life, and digital technology and finance. Now, this gentleman, Ant Grasso, is one of the most renowned digital technologists of the world and digital evangelist of the world. He has done a research paper from the perspective of BCG, Boston Consulting Groups. He was originally in PwC. Blockchain technology has proliferated essentially in 8 different areas. One is consumer, energy, that is power, financial institution, healthcare, industrial goods, insurance, public sector, and technology, media, and telecommunication. And blockchain technology can be classified in terms of growth into 3 areas. One is linear growth, one is network effects, and one is mixed use case. I'll give you an explanation of the network effects. In Australia, old age home are run under blockchain. I have seen that use case. I met that party in Moscow where I chaired the World Blockchain Summit in Moscow, where I met this party. This party runs a old age home. Suppose you are at the age of 50 and you feel that for whatever reasons, good or bad, you have to go to an old age home when you are old after finishing your working life. So 10 years before, you book your room through blockchain technology. For your old age. So this is the network effect. It is not a commercial. Of course, you have to pay money or whatever donation, whatever system they follow. It's essentially a blockchain network. It's not a commercial blockchain. Some blockchain grows linear growth, and some blockchain has got mixed growth of use cases. So it's not possible to explain, neither you can see it properly. So I'm not getting into the details of it. I'll show you some use cases very soon. Here is the use cases. I'll request my friends to please spend 2 minutes to read this. There are 36 line items in this slide, in this table. And these are collective cases where blockchain has been applied or tested for application or working interestingly. These are the areas where you as a finance man will be very much interested. And these are the government areas and others. Just spend 2 minutes, look at the blocks. This is what I am very much interested. For last 2 years, I'm talking about it. And Reserve Bank of India recently has announced the Central Bank Digital Rupee policy document for public discussion. And IMF has already come up with Central Bank Digital Currency policy document for discussion. You can see in Russia, blockchain is being used for public voting. It has already come. Court records in India, a proposal has already been submitted to Supreme Court of India for blockchain-based record maintenance. In America, gun safety. In America, gun and revolver is a mess. Gun safety is being proposed to be controlled by blockchain. Disaster management can be controlled through blockchain. IPR, that is intellectual property rights, can be controlled through blockchain. Music filming system can be controlled through blockchain. So blockchain technology almost can touch every single work of your life. I'll move from this slide. This is a very interesting blockchain being operated by Kenya, where the front end is something like Facebook, where very poor people, your next door vendors, are being helped by HNI people by giving microfinance rather, for running their own small businesses. This is operating very successfully in Kenya, which is not typically a blockchain because its front end is being operated like a website and back end operates with a blockchain technology. Very successful operation. This is that working paper I was talking about. International Monetary Fund has very recently announced this working paper. It's about 1.5 months old, where people are talking about central bank digital currency. You may be knowing that attempts by Libra, that is Facebook's critical currency, digital currency, or for that matter, cryptocurrency like Bitcoin and Ethereum, if they allowed to proliferate, the kind of people Facebook are there, if Facebook starts a currency, and if Amazon kind of platforms allows that currency to be a currency for business, then central banks etc. will lose their importance. So these are the primary objectives and secondary objectives. And one of the primary objectives, financial inclusion. That means Jan Dhan Yojana, which you are seeing physical banking today, if CBDC comes in, blockchain platform will be the platform for CBDC. In fact, 2 years before in a conference of Delhi University, I talked about CBDC, and COVID-19 will definitely bring in proliferation of digital currency. So this is a very important development so far as blockchain is concerned. You can see the Bank of France has appointed FINMA registered, that's a Switzerland registered bank, SEBA bank, for starting a CBDC for France. Switzerland has already, Switzerland Parliament has already approved a bill for proliferation of blockchain technology based digital cryptocurrency in Switzerland. This is a very interesting development in Japan. Today, if you buy from Shoppers Stop for any goods, or if you go by any airline, you get certain gifts in the form of mileage point or purchase gift. You forget to encash. You don't keep track of all these things. At times, 1 year बाद आप अपनी credit card में जो gift point जमा होते हैं, for your credit card use, you also go to credit card to encash it. All these are not necessary. Every gift you get can be deposited to a blockchain-based technology, which every service provider, may it be a Wildlands, may it be any Shopper Stop, may it be Chroma, may it be anybody, if they participate in this particular digital platform, all gifts can be centralized into one place, and there can be a centralized usage of that. You may be knowing the original partner of Facebook, that is Visa and MasterCard. They have come out of Libra and they are trying to start their own cryptocurrency. I am at all not in favor of this kind of cryptocurrencies being started, because I am always in favor of central bank digital currency. This is Russia. Russia has started a blockchain-based voting system. They have just started. The beauty of blockchain-based voting system will be not only voting by blockchain where no vote can be rigged, but also raise a question in Parliament about the well-being of his constituency, he will be able to discuss through blockchain the proposal, and he can also gather blockchain-based opinion before raising it to Parliament. This is another blockchain idea for protecting the rights of singers, musicians, and scriptwriters. Because today, any song is available anywhere in the world. You are essentially making use of this free, but those are actually produced by somebody. You are not paying it. Tomorrow, you will not be able to do it if the blockchain is done. Blockchain is Wipro, our own Indian company, has developed a blockchain-based platform, such central bank digital currency. 3 countries, Switzerland, Gibraltar, and UK, has already tested blockchain-based platform for running a stock exchange. Assume that Bombay Stock Exchange or National Stock Exchange of India is being run by a blockchain. So that's not, those days are not very far, where you will be directly participating in buying and selling of shares. You don't have to go to a broker. You may of course take his consultation. So coming to the conclusion point, that what is due to the blockchain, before that smart contract part of it, this is very important for you. Do you think that if a transaction is done in a blockchain technology based platform, is it legally enforceable? Answer is yes. Any lawyer or any chartered accountant present who has got definitely knowledge of Contract Act, you may be knowing that unless these 9 conditions are satisfied, no contract, if it is litigated, can be taken to a court, because the contract will be considered as void ab initio. So you will be definitely asking me, Dr. Basu, if any blockchain transaction has to be done, it has to be done with a legally signed contract. Essentially, you are rest assured that a blockchain transaction only takes place on the basis of a smart contract which is already embedded in a blockchain platform. And it's very interesting news. Of course, this news is more than 2 years old, that the Central Bank of China, Supreme Court of China has already accepted that any records, digital records and digital documents stored in a blockchain platform is legally acceptable to any court of law in China. So the highest populous country of the world has already given recognition to blockchain-based documents as for blockchain operates. Blockchain operates on the basis of a smart contract. I will urge upon you, please read my paper on Kishan blockchain platform, which I've already written and given for sharing with you all. In a blockchain platform, a contract is already embedded. It's a pre-compiled contract, and it is digitally coded, and it is embedded. And this contract you have to sign before you enter into any transaction. Suppose you are participating in an EXIM blockchain where there is a bank, there is an importer, there is an exporter, there is a quality controller, there is a shipping line, there is a port, there is a shipping agent, and there is a banker. Every party is there. So this blockchain platform will have a super smart contract, which will first make you agree that you will be abiding by the guidelines of this contract. And then each party will enter into separate contracts for their separate transaction, which will be a combination of contracts which will be available in this smart contract platform. You can say, Dr. Basu, tomorrow I can import from Germany, and after tomorrow I can export to US. Will this blockchain platform take care of the laws of all the countries? Answer is yes, because blockchain platform will definitely will have those smart contracts which are compliant, pre-compliant contracts with various countries' laws which are applicable to a specific transactions. Work is being done. I have had discussions with IBM, Microsoft people. They are working on this kind of blockchain libraries, and blockchain libraries which are already been created, they are working on this methodology. You can ask me another question, that can one size fit all? That means, can one smart contract fit all types of transaction? The answer is no, it cannot. Being a chartered accountant, I cannot say that. So there are flexibility available in this smart contracts. What is this flexibility saying? The flexibility says, suppose if you want to amend 3, 4, 5, 6 of the clauses which of the smart contract available, you can do an amendment scheduling. That means you can propose your counterparty that these are the clauses I want to amend, and these are my draft. Your counterparty through blockchain platform says, okay, you have given the revised draft of these clauses. I propose that this should be the revised draft. On the third revision of those clauses, you people sign off that, okay, these are the amended clauses which are to be embedded. So these amended clauses will be enforceable in the original smart contract which are already available in the library, and these read with the original contract will be considered as the contract for ourselves, and we sign off. And that contract should be available in the smart contract library, signed by you people in the system. And definitely, if you are having any dispute to be dragged to court of law, you can drag to court of law using this digital smart contract. So you are essentially today, any contract you draft, you go to a lawyer. 10 different parties will go to 10 different lawyers, will spend hours together in their chamber or in your office and create a contract. Nothing is required. So it is self-reliant, it is trustworthy, it is self-documented, it is safely preserved, it is backup evidence, it has quickly authorized, cost saved, without any physical lawyer, and regulation compliant. So it's a very smart process, very fast process. It's a governed process. It does not need any worries to be there of preserving the document, because it is already preserved digitally in the smart contract library of the blockchain. Let me go back to my original. So if you see this dirty dozen of points, you will find as an accountant, a blockchain has got all the elements which are required for a commercial transaction to be commercially executed, but through a P2P or E2E transaction. P2P means people to people and E2E means enterprise to enterprise. It has an embedded smart contract. It has got decentralized storage system or decentralized storage mechanism. It is transparency, but nobody knows you. So it's called pseudonymity. There is no central authority which controls the blockchain except the service provider who gives you the platform. Once the platform is given, they don't have any control over you. It is encrypted completely. No transaction is digitally visible. It is encrypted. It is authenticated by more than one nodes. That means the contract you are, suppose you are entering into an import transaction where it will be financed by a buyer's credit. So the buyer's credit provider bank, you and the importer and the exporter of foreign country, they will be signing a tripartite contract. It is filled into a chain of blocks. It cannot be changed. It has got algorithmic rules. Documents can be easily retrieved. Any document which you store in a blockchain platform system, it can be easily retraced and is definitely not hackable. That hacker has not born as yet, and that computer of the hacker has not been created as yet, which can hack a block system. So these are the two benefits of blockchain system. So this is a Harvard Business Review suggestion that blockchain technology is not a disruptive technology. It is a foundational innovation. It has the prospects to create new foundation for both economic and social structure of your country. In 2017, a data was published by Gartner, which is the most respected research organization in the world of ICT, information communication technology. Madam Mehta and CA Vabesha, I have to finish at 6 o'clock, right?
Yeah, you have to actually, there are 15-20 minutes you
Yeah,
should keep for
5:45
session.
I close my discussion. 5:45 I close my discussion. That should be fine, right? 5:45 should be fine, right?
Hello. Yeah, 5:40 will be fine. So
Okay.
15-20 minutes can be for the question answer session.
Yes, sure. I will. The kind of impact blockchain will create, Gartner has said by 2030, the whole world $3.1 trillion savings will be done by blockchain, which is called the value addition. And in World Economic Forum, a PwC report says that by 2027, 10% of the world GDP will be hosted by blockchain. That means if 2030 world GDP is expected to be $110 trillion, so by 2027, it is expected that blockchain will hold transaction to the tune of $10 trillion. This is the humanity side of blockchain. There's a gentleman called Chris Fabian. He was the chief foundation, one of the chief of foundation of UNICEF. He, through his research all over the world by his team, said that blockchain technology can reduce the poverty and the problems of impoverished children of poor countries. Blockchain can change the identity management system. The Mexican and Rohingya Muslim problem would have not been there if blockchain technology would have been used for people identity management. And of course, funds transfer can be done by blockchain technology. You can imagine how is the blockchain technology moving in terms of investments. 2013, only venture capital funds invested only 0.2 billion. And by 2018, in a 5 years time, 290% increase took place. And 3.9 billion has been invested by venture capital funds only for development of blockchain technology. And that and beyond 2018, the investment continues. 2060 was the investment. 2019, the investment value was $3.08 billion. So blockchain technology is being developed by investments. Blockchain ensures trust, which I have already spoken, so this slide need not be explained to you. This is essentially a supply chain management, traditional versus blockchain benefit. I come to a world level initiative which I found in Russia, a Russian organization called International Decentralized Association for Cryptocurrency and Blockchain, IDACB. They are trying to work with 95 countries of the world to develop the best practices of different countries and best regulations of the different countries to bring an internationally acceptable code for blockchain contracts. This is a very interesting initiative of IBM. IBM says that all your individual blockchain platform need not have a KYC or KYP system. I am going to give you a KYC and KYP system which can be used up by you for your blockchain platform. So if you can avoid KYC and KYP system in your blockchain platform and use a centralized platform, it will be furthermore cost effective. One of the most important adoption challenge is non-availability of skill. Another challenge is energy consumption. This challenge, of course, is there for, used to be there for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now that the consent system is reducing, so computer time used for one transaction will be reduced, and that much electricity will be less consumed. So blockchain technology will be definitely more and more electricity, less consuming system, and the carbon footprint will definitely reduce. But you can imagine, all blockchain technology will reduce distributed work, and if distributed work reduces, collectively you will save a lot of electricity. Another important point is blockchain technology is scalability. So now scalability is being solved. So blockchain technology is more and more becoming a doable technology. Let me tell you one thing. Indians believe in Jugaad for circumventing any problem. Indians believe in Jugaad for circumventing any problem. These 10 points which I have listed here are the challenges of blockchain technology. Jugaad will not work in blockchain technology. Neither you can break, nor you can bypass, nor you can overpass. Blockchain technology will solve the problems for all these things. These are the governance rules of blockchain technology. These are the 10 points agenda for governance. Minimize trust. Don't believe anybody. Blockchain doesn't believe anybody. It believes its own system. It is an immutable protocol. It is fungible. It is final. There is no censorship required, no central authority. There is no permission required, no reconciliation required. All transactions are online. There is no authoritative control required of the developers because it is it is decentralized control, and all regulatory principles and governance principles are pre-complied in a blockchain technology. I will share with you a very small point before I go to my next volume. How do you test whether a blockchain technology is required by your client? Ernst & Young has developed a very interesting questionnaire. And if out of these 5 questions, 3 questions answered is yes, then a blockchain technology is required by your client. First question is, are there multiple parties? Establishing trust between multiple parties, is it an issue that your process and system doesn't establish trust? Is it critical to have detailed transactional record for every transaction you create, whether record keeping is important? Are you securing ownership or management of finite source? All the data are from one finite source. And does the network of partners benefit from the increased transparency? That means the system you follow, does it require transparency? Today, the banking platform which you used, I am telling you that it's not fully transparent. It may be secured, but it's not fully transparent. So if out of these 5 questions, 3 questions are answered in yes, you can tell that blockchain platform is the required platform for your client. This is a McKinsey study. McKinsey has busted 5 myths about blockchain, and if you study this, you will find that blockchain, people are having a broad misunderstanding about blockchain, and blockchain is definitely the right item and technology for your client. Rest I will not discuss here because I'll go to my next volume for talking about something on Give me 1 minute, please. I will open my next file. Yeah. I hope you can see my file.
Yes, it is visible,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah, it is volume 2. Volume 2, essentially, I'll keep skipping because you have essentially understood the preliminaries of blockchain technology. I'll only talk about the slides which are required for you. We appreciate that blockchain technology has not come up with a popular public platform. That's why people's perception about blockchain is equal to Bitcoin. But Bitcoin blockchain is not required. Definitely a lot of applications you will see soon. I'll tell you one thing, that the world is divided about what is a cryptocurrency. This is an US-based study where a Security Exchange Commission in US called a cryptocurrency a security. The CFTC, that is Commodity Futures Trading Commission of America, called cryptocurrency a property. The Financial Crime Enforcement Center, which is one of the most important critical agency of America, called blockchain a currency, and the IRS, Internal Revenue System, called blockchain a property. If it is a property, you pay stamp duty. If it is a currency, central bank should operate it. If it is a property, you pay this thing. If it is a security, you pay in security transaction tax, and different platforms are required. So world is divided about blockchain. So one world has to functionally accept what is cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency's acceptance around the world, by the time it comes, I believe that central bank digital currency will come. These are some of the use cases of blockchain. I don't want to discuss those in detail. This is important. PwC and World Economic Forum has said that 82 different types of natural calamities can be controlled and reduced by blockchain. This is the Football Club of Madrid, who pays to their players and controls their hooligan supporters through blockchain platform. This is American Naval spare parts management system through blockchain. This is the track and trace I was talking about. You can know which bell pepper fruit or which brinjal was produced by which farmer in which GPS position. This was, I was talking to you. Certain initiatives, let me tell initiatives. This is the country Chile. Chile wants to use blockchain platform for giving services to their countrymen. 7 Mediterranean countries wants to use blockchain platform for their service to their city people. Now, audit in a blockchain platform. This is important for you. This is the RICS universe, which you know. All of you know. I don't need to sell ice to Eskimos. Chartered accountants knows the financial risk, all types of risk. Now, let me fathom you and tell you that all these risks are possible. Almost all the risks are possible to be mitigated by use of blockchain platform, except for leadership risk, that is decision-oriented risk, which are dependent on people's personal skill. Those cannot be done, but definitely rest of this, one of the important, this can be done, definitely. Many other things can be done. So in Taiwan City, in 2018 July, Deloitte, EY, KPMG, and PwC, known names to you, they have converged with 20 banks to study blockchain, how the banking system can be audited. So Deloitte concluded the traditional framework of risk management, which you are seeing in this slide, which are embedded in their standard of auditing, which are embedded for IFC for FR, IFCFR, Internal Financial Control for Financial Reporting, with section 134, section 147, and section 177 of the Indian Companies Act, that can be handled through blockchain. So whatever data is generated from blockchain technology, those will be IFCFR compliant. This slide is very important for you, friends. This is the PwC's research. PwC says that there is no standard way to validate a blockchain platform because each blockchain is unique, having their own unique architecture, and no blockchain is standardized except for the contract element in it. It has got a customized design and customized control environment. And if you as an auditor do not have knowledge and insight about the blockchain platform, and for that matter, many employees of the organization may not have full knowledge and training about a blockchain platform, you will be suffering. So traditional audit techniques cannot be applied to a blockchain platform. So PwC came up with the conclusion that if transactions are transacted in a blockchain environment, those have to be real-time auditing. So PwC has come up with a tool, and I am aware of, I have got their literature with me, which tool takes care of this. It's a real-time auditing tool. It can be built into any blockchain platform. That means it can be embedded. It can audit immediate transaction, and through data analysis, it can do some prediction about shape of things to come in future transaction. It can do full population audit. It can do macro level trend spotting. That means it can identify a very odd transaction in the system. Suppose every insurance premium you charge 0.3% or 3 per milli, rupees 3 per milli. Somebody has charged 10 per milli. You can detect that particular transaction. So digital distributed ledger technology has to be audited by a different kind of a tool, and PwC has already come up with tool. Ernst & Young has also come up with a tool, but that particular tool is only for transaction testing. And Ernst & Young is working on this. KPMG is said will be using cognitive. Cognitive technology means AI-based technology for doing blockchain-based audit. Except for PwC, my knowledge says that there is not much of development as yet. So whatever you do, blockchain technology has to take care of this kind of risk. You cannot have safety pin technology. You cannot have it unstructured, and you cannot have only the front end protected. You have to take care of the most weak link in the chain. Blockchain technology can do everything of this. Now let me come to the last dimension of my discussion, and I'll be finishing within 2-3 minutes time. I will say, and he says, I slept and dreamt, and this is equally applicable for chartered accountants profession without blockchain technology, without digital technology, only CA profession. I slept and dreamt that life was joy. I slept and dreamt that life was joy. I awoke and saw that life was service. I acted and behold that service was joy. That means you must have your joy by giving service to humanity. That's the most important part of your life. Unless if you have a only money motive to give service to humanity, then you are not enjoying the world of service. And that is what is the basis. And this is what I spoke in Moscow. I introduced the 7 T's and 7 P's in Moscow, and it was very well received by the Russians. Of course, we have interpreters from English to Russian. I said that technology doesn't have morality, emotion, and ethics. Technology doesn't have morality, emotion, and ethics, value generation skill of its own, but the technologists have those. So success of blockchain will depend on these human qualities of solution builders, leaving least scope for the users to deploy against humanity. That means the technologists who will design the blockchain platforms and the people who will design the smart contracts, it will lie on them. The success of blockchain technology will lie on them. That is the beauty I'm talking about. And this is my portion of, this is my message to the entire community of blockchain technologists. And my suggestion that you follow 70s, and those 70s are technology, talent, truth, trust, transparency, tenacity, and timeline. I repeat, technology, talent, truth, trust, transparency, tenacity, and timeline. And 7 P's for becoming successful with any technology. It is people, patience, passion, perseverance, piety, purity, and penance. So blockchain technology can be a darling of the mass if it is based on universal altruism. Blockchain technology has to have sustainable shared values. If you save money by applying technology, please pass it on through your price of product and service, because you need to have inclusive happiness. You can save and you cannot entirely earn that profit. You have to share it with people. Then only you will have inclusive happiness. And blockchain technology has to surpass www. www crossed geographical boundaries. That means you can send a mail to America without American postal services. www, that means internet will do that job. Blockchain technology has to transcend the political boundaries. It cannot have its own ism. Only ism of it would be the people of world. That means humanity. And I have suggested in America and Dubai that humanity is one and the world is its home, and the need of a global regulatory body. I've already suggested that blockchain technology, or for that matter, artificial intelligence or whatever technology digitally you use, it should be under the supervision and broad guidelines of a central authority, like IMF has used for digital currency. These are the 8WH principle of solution building. I don't want to discuss this. This is mainly for coders. This is Dr. Paritosh Basu's own creation. You will not find this in any book of the world. I apply this for management studies also, 8WH principles of solution building. So this slide is important for you. Blockchain believes in one single version of truth and is built on the foundation of trust. One single version of truth. Truth can be having one single version, and one single version can only be trusted. What you trust is not necessarily true, and what is true is not necessarily what you trust. So what has to be truth has to be trusted. What can be trusted has to be true, and blockchain has only one version of truth. I do not want to discuss this. This is Industry 5.0. These are my predictions in the world. This is my last slide for the day. This is my 10 commandments for digital transformation. And with this, I will end my discussion. Humanity first, redistribute power, reduce complexities, reimagine consumption, go for creative destruction, manage climate emergency, be accountable without discrimination, fix imbalance of humanity and technology. I repeat, fix imbalance of humanity and technology. Today, last home of man which doesn't have technology. You reach it there, and I believe our government is working for that. Enhance technology with universal altruism. Everybody should be benefited for every technology you offer to the society, not the only HNIs or middle class. Let imagination, safety, and ethics, let imagination, safety, and ethics lead transformation. Don't challenge your limits, limit your challenges. And finally, my hero, APJ Abdul Kalam said, a vision is not a project report or a plan or a target. It is an articulation of a desired end result in broader terms. So I stop my presentation here, come back to the audience, and any question, if I have the capability, I will handle.
Yes, thank you for the nice presentation. It is great to hear you, sir. There are few questions. I request CA Bhavesha to share his screen, and so that sir can see the questions one by one and can answer the questions. CA Bhavesha.
Yes, madam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We have 42 participants, excluding 3 of us.
Yes.
And I could hold on to them. Okay. Thank you so much for so much of support. And I am so happy that you people are listening to me. I am feeling blessed and privileged. Okay, let me take up the question one by one. How will the blockchain technology affect the SME, small and medium enterprises? Let me tell you one thing. Smaller than small and medium enterprises are the startups. And you are talking about SME chartered accountant firms. SME chartered accountant firms, they can partner with startups and develop unique blockchain solutions because there is no dearth of problems in our society. So if you are having imagination, as I told, Bhagavad Gita and Einstein has told us, imagination will drive the next century. If you can develop solutions, people have minted billions of dollars by simply developing a solution. So please develop solutions and offer a platform of those solutions to your clients. It need not be that your individual client has to have an individual solution for the blockchain platform. You partner with startup. There is no dearth of startups in India. Develop solutions, and you offer those solutions with clients. You will definitely be able to benefit. Not only give benefit to your clients, you will also get benefit. Next question is, what and how can we learn about blockchain so that we can be abreast of the development? Are there any credible courses of the blockchain technology? Plenty of courses are there. In Kerala, we have a blockchain academy. IIM Calcutta runs a blockchain program. If you search Google Uncle, you will get 10 different institutions running a blockchain platform program. So Kerala Blockchain Academy is good. IIM Calcutta is good. I believe some of the universities have started. DY Patil in Bombay has started some blockchain technology platform and institution to teach. So you can try those. how costly it is to migrate to blockchain technology in banking industry, how much capital and recurring cost for maintenance of the system is the technology. Let me tell you, blockchain technology will be first applied to banking industry. And I am presently studying along with a professor of NIBM Pune about the transformation of blockchain technology, about digital transformation, where all the types of technology tools are used. I believe blockchain is one of their top of the agenda. Let me tell you, application of blockchain technology is not very expensive. Neither it is very expensive to develop a blockchain platform. What is expensive is to develop the smart contract, because a lot of inputs have to go there. Once it is developed and deployed, people have to have their faith and belief to start operating. Like originally, you used to be very skeptical of sharing of your information when internet shuru mein aaya tha. You remember when a computer came in banks in 1970s and 80s, everybody was skeptical. Now it is a part of your life. Similarly, days are not very far that blockchain will be a part of your life. Let me tell you, any technology development except scalability management. I repeat, it is except scalability management. That means more the volume, more the capacity to be increased. Blockchain technology hardly have any maintenance cost. It is equal to version change as you have in SAP or anything. The code portion of blockchain technology is not very heavy. What is important is smart contract and gaining people to participate. But one thing is very important, that is KYC, know your customer, or KYP, know your participant. If government of India can develop a central agency like I showed you for IBM, for doing a central KYP or KYC, which is not only applicable for individual citizens, but also applicable for individual entities, maybe a sole proprietorship or a partnership or a limited company, who will be a participant, then application of blockchain will not be very expensive. Any other technology, whatever maintenance cost you spend, that will be the same cost for blockchain also. How far this technology is used in India? Let me tell you, quite little. Only banks are using a bit. It is not, as of now, it has not gained a lot of momentum as we expect it to get. But blockchain is a slow starter, but lots and lots of applications have already been tested and waiting for wide scale application. Like Government of India has already done, along with 3 banks, Reserve Bank of India, a cryptocurrency blockchain platform, which they are now naming as CBDR, Central Bank Digital Rupee. It is a blockchain based application. Is being will be publicly debated soon. Supreme Court of India is now examining the proposal for appointing blockchain based technology for record management. Many universities of India are working on credentials management using blockchain technology. So it has started gaining momentum, but it will take a bit of a time. But once it gathers critical mass, I believe it will grow faster. Can this system is substitute for SAP system? It's a very interesting question, very, very interesting question. I can say that blockchain tech, SAP is trying to make their technology as capable as blockchain technology, but that will not be possible because SAP is not based on distributed technology. But SAP and blockchain can be friendly technologies. Each can talk to each one, and you can simultaneously apply blockchain technology with SAP. How this technology will be beneficial to auditors? The first important benefit you will get is that you will be able to base your opinion on 100% transaction checking. And very interestingly, you will be doing online transaction checking. As I showed you the PwC's paper, that you will be able to also do a trend analysis using this tool. Of course, you have to have that tool. I will personally urge upon my chartered accountant friends who are very good in auditing, both internal auditing and statutory auditing. Why don't you join certain startup to develop a blockchain-based auditing tool, which PwC worldwide is working on and but has been successful already. Sir, please explain whether blockchain system will help SMEs clients who are mostly audited or served by small practitioners. Let me tell you, first allow the SMEs to adopt blockchain technology. And let me tell you one thing, in a blockchain-based services, SMEs will be the most benefited group of people, because blockchain will be able to reduce lot of your cost. You will be saving a lot of lawyers cost, lot of transaction cost, lot of banking cost. uh, I do not know whether I will live in those days, but I am sure my prophecy is 7 to 10 years from now, blockchain technology will be a network for SMEs only. I believe some blockchain some SMEs have already participated in trade finance platforms. So hopefully it will take a bit of a time, but definitely it will be a success in future. Moreover, think of us, we are on a awareness generation session today. If 3 of us or 10 of us work with startups to provide some blockchain platforms for SMEs, suppose I have already suggested in a chartered accountants forum that we should have a blockchain based e-mandis. Suppose SMEs buy various commodities like steel, aluminum, copper, metals. Why not a blockchain based metal bazaar? Why not a blockchain based finished goods bazaar? Why not for kishans, farmers, a blockchain based trading platform for their harvest? So initiatives are started. As you know, in India, things move slow. And I'm very, very hopeful that things will start. And chartered accountants, first, before reaping the benefit, first contribute. When I say contribute, means first develop the startups to develop various blockchain-based solution platforms. Once the solution platforms are developed with a joint initiative, be a mentor to a startup, be a participant to a startup, be an angel financer to the startup, develop good solutions by using blockchain, and develop good solution for infusion of blockchain, artificial intelligence, IoTs, etc. Then only we can think of benefit. Let us create the solution first, then the benefit will come. But I'm sure, as you have seen, that the prediction is $3.1 trillion will be the value addition by blockchain technology by 2027. And definitely all of us will be the beneficiary of that, because blockchain technology is based on universal altruism. I hope I have handled all the questions.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Very informative session, and a lot of awareness will be there with the members. It is an era of technology.
Can we take out this particular question paper, please? If anybody wants to raise a face-to-face question, you can take the benefit. Or of course, we have 4 minutes left. We can take out this slideshow or the Word document.
Yeah. Anyone wants to ask questions, please raise the hand.
Madam, this has to be taken out. If CA Bhabesha can take out this from the screen, then we can come to the room.
Yeah.
Virtual
Bhavesh,
room.
please stop your screen sharing. Please stop your screen sharing. Okay, thank you. Yeah, participants, if anyone wants to ask any question, then we can take 1 or 2 questions. One can raise the hand.
Vijay Choksi has raised his hand. Yes, Mr. Choksi,
Unmute,
CA
please.
Choksi, sorry, I'm not.
Yeah, yeah, sir.
What is your question?
We
You can
need
open
a.
your video also. You can open
Sir, I'm not properly dressed. That's why I'm not able to open. I'm sorry. I'm
That is
sincerely
where the
sorry.
problem of us, that is where the problem of us, want to become very formal. Let us be creative and imaginative instead of thinking about our dress. Okay, carry on.
Sir, we need a detailed session, maybe running into 3 or 4 sessions like this. Then only people will develop the confidence. Yes, it is workable. We need it and it will be useful to us. That's the only suggestion, sir.
Yeah,
Not a query.
yeah, we will take a note of it, Vijayji.
Please, please. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your
Here
suggestion.
is Mr. Bhavesh Mehta. CA Bhavesh Mehta, I can see you raise your hand.
Sir, my question is how would this help us, small enterprises? Because first of all, we need to have knowledge about the blockchain technology. Because I don't think even the curriculum, CA curriculum, has any study regarding blockchain technology. So how would we CA be capable of handling all these things, sir?
That is, we have to take it forward to this study circle, to this Western India Regional Council. Let me tell you one thing.
Yes,
I am
sir.
a member of the study board of another institute of which I am a member. And they are actively working on this digital transformation as one of their advanced study area. And I'm sure time is not very far when CA Institute also include, may not be as a main curriculum, but as an advanced study curriculum for CAs to pursue this after qualifying as a chartered accountant.
So your talk was
Like
very
in good old
enlightening,
days, I
sir.
did my diploma in
So your talk was very enlightening, sir.
so
At
thank
least
you
we
so
have
much.
some starting point from somewhere. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
I will urge upon you, please read my papers. It will be much more clear
Sure,
to
sir.
you.
Sure, sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any
Thank
other
you.
question?
Yeah, I think the questions are over. Bhavesh Mehta already raised. I think we can close now. No other questions?
Yes, we
No.
can.
Okay. It is an era of technology, and the blockchain technology is useful in many areas. You explain a lot of things regarding the blockchain, and in the coming years, blockchain technology will help us, and we have to be aware of the technology. I now request our core group member, C. Nidhi Lalpuria, to present a vote of thanks to the speaker.
It was a really pleasure listening to you, sir. You have dealt with all aspects of blockchain, right from history, statistics, present, and even future-ready solutions in details. With so many used and use case examples all over the world, including India, all this information is very useful to us and has given us this perspective of the change happening around us. And that jugaad hopefully would now be eliminated slowly but surely. I thank you, sir, for your time and expertise. And I thank you on behalf of JB Nagar Study Circle. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
sir.
I am grateful to JB Nagar's study circle committee for giving me this opportunity and has shared my thoughts with my colleagues in the profession. I will be happy to participate in future.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
for
much.
the wonderful session, sir.